Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Crypto Empire live stream. We should be live right now. I do want to welcome everybody to the stream today. It is, of course, Sunday, so I am thrilled to be here. It is great to see everybody here as well. We do have a lot to cover because the market absolutely tanked this past week. It erased all of the gains from the month of August. So what happens next? Are we going lower, or will we push up higher one last time? Don't be mistaken, this is a bear market, and I do believe that the market is about to get very quiet in the month of September. We are approaching that time where most people think that crypto is dead. I do expect price action to get very narrow and very tight, but those who stick around past this time are going to be the ones that reap the full rewards when the next bull market does actually start up here. So great that you are all here right now. We do have a lot to cover during this show. Big shout out to Glasshopper77 saying that he's ready to dominate the market. Also big shout out to Tony C, also to Dalton Moore, to Ian M, to Tori Chanel, and Ashok. Thank you all for being here. Smash up that like button and let's get into the show right now. First of all, with our crypto market overview. So, looking at the market as it stands right now, Bitcoin trading at $21,400. Let's just make sure we get the most up-to-date data here. Bitcoin trading for $21,495. Ethereum trading for $1,625, right? Ethereum last week at this time was over $1,900. BTC over 24K. So we pulled back pretty hard. As you can see, we are down 12% and 18% on the week as it does stand right now. Our top 10 unchanged. Everything is in the same order that you last remember it. But of course, the prices have dropped back down to early July levels. So let's look at today's top gainers. Lido up 25%. Of course, that big Lido event with Ethereum staked, or Lido staked Ethereum. This was back in June. I don't know if you guys recall, but that big arbitrage opportunity, and Lido was taking a big hit. Lido up 25% today. We also have Quant, EOS, the Graph, Monero. A lot of small gainers, nothing really big except for Quant up 13% today, and EOS. EOS does actually have a hard fork coming up this upcoming week. EOS is outperforming the market right now. I will be talking about the hard fork about EOS because that is a narrative to trade. So I do believe that EOS, I think that the whole market is about to squeeze up higher right now personally. I think we have a lot of room to squeeze up and squeeze these shorts as the market does actually go ahead and close the week out in around 4 hours time now, 4 hours, 40 minutes. But anyways, EOS outperforming the entire market as it stands. If we look at today's top losers, Celsius, this coin's still trading. A lot of manipulation happening with Celsius down 15%, and everything else is flat after that. So not a lot happening really. It is quiet, and I do believe that things will be getting more quiet here. But again, if you do stick around during this quiet period, you will reap massive rewards thereafter. With that being said, let me explain myself further by hopping into the price action with our Bitcoin technical analysis. So looking at the daily chart, we did top out over here at $25,200. Right? We got pretty much exactly to that level from the crash in May. And that resistance level rejected price, and we never tested it again after that. Now, what comes next? Well, we came all the way back down to support down here at 20,800. As you can see with these lines, the low from over here in late July did actually hold. All right. So we have a very critical test because we are back testing $21,500 resistance right now. If we can actually get a close, a weekly close above that level, that is going to set ourselves up for something very, very positive. Let me explain what that is. I do believe that we did crash prematurely here. I do think that we are going to squeeze the shorts, and I do think we will have one last mini run up around to the $24,000 price level. If I show you my chart here, let's just grab the correct one. Here it is. So looking at this chart, this trend line does go all the way back to the November all-time high. It has many touch points throughout it, all right? Now, as you can see, our next touch point, if we do get a back test of it, is going to be here around the, you can call it the 25, 24K region. Okay, this trend line was never retested. We did have the rising wedge, but price never made it to the apex. It dropped prematurely from the rising wedge. A rising wedge is always going to be a bearish chart pattern, but we never made it to this trend line. I do believe that we have the potential to squeeze up here, all right? And this is going to squeeze the shorts one last time. Right now, all the shorts are extremely euphoric. They think that everything is going to just absolutely tank from here. So I would not be surprised if we get a big short squeeze this upcoming week. I think it will happen early in the week, up to around the $24,000 price level. So we need to be prepared for that. It is not time to just start shorting everything yet. I do believe that time will come relatively soon. But as of right now, we have to be prepared for this short squeeze that is setting up here in the charts. Again, I always put my money where my mouth is. I am not shorting just yet. It is not time to do that. And with that being said, seasonally speaking, the month of September is typically very bearish. So I do believe that August we can have one last short squeeze here up to the 24K price level before a major macro move down. And I think at the very least, we will be testing these lows down here around the $17,000 price levels. At the very least, if not making lower lows, most likely we do actually make lower lows. So we're about to enter the period of time where everybody thinks that cryptocurrency is dead. People will lose interest. A lot of people have stuck around thus far throughout this cryptocurrency bear market, the crypto winter. But these next 2 to 6 months, I would say, are going to be very, very telling. Now, looking at a different price chart. This chart over here shows us the overall consolidation from June throughout July and early August, and we are right back down to the middle of the range in this consolidation. So this move was a very big one, and it wiped out a ton of price gains here. A little 18% move down lower. So this is a critical support to hold, and like I said, we need to close above 21,800, 21,700 here on the weekly. That is going to be very, very big for this short squeeze to actually play out. If not, I think we're going to head right down and we're going to test the bottom of the consolidation range if we cannot close above 21,750, 21,800 over here. All right, so this is what I'm looking at right now. I do expect price action to start to contract, to constrict. I don't expect a free-flowing market where we have an actual trend, where things are easier to trade, the conditions are better. Basically like we had throughout this entire move here. If I take a measurement, throughout this entire move of July up until early August, we had a clear uptrend. All right, yes, we were going sideways for the most part, but we were putting in continuous higher lows. All right, this gives us information to trade. When we know we're in a mini uptrend, we know we want to look for longs, which is why we dominated that Bitcoin or just the overall crypto bear market relief rally. Now we're going sideways again, and we don't have a free-flowing trend. So what does that mean? It means to contract your risk. It's not time to risk as much. Lower your leverage. I recommend trading spot when the market is like this, because it's not a time to go big. The time to go big is when the market has a clear trend and we know it's going up or it's going down. That's the time to bet more. But right now it's time to lower your risk, play smarter moves. And for most of you guys are newer traders here. If you're experienced and you know what you're doing, obviously you should continue to follow your trading plan that works for you. For everybody who's new, it's the time to lower your risk, and I do recommend trading mostly spot going forward here, especially in the month of September. The Ethereum merge is scheduled still for mid-September. We're going to see if that doesn't actually get delayed here, but most likely that will be a major sell the news event. Check out what's going on in the stream. Ashok asking about Cardano. David W here, as well as Elvis. Welcome everybody to the live stream. And Mr. G saying, hey, did you buy XDB? It's cheap as hell at the moment. And we have Dave saying, hey, Connor. What's going on, Dave? How are you? If we take a quick look at XDB before Ethereum, as I said in the video I put out a few weeks ago in XDB, this thing is heavily manipulated by whales. And we are seeing, if we check the market cap, we are seeing just millions of dollars getting taken out of this thing's market cap. It's down to $7.8 million overall market cap here with XDB, putting it at rank number 1,000. All right, so that still seems relatively low for a $7.8 million market cap. I think it'd be higher than 1,000, but regardless, we've seen pretty much 2/3 of the market cap just get taken out of this. So whales are taking their money out, right? So this is definitely cheap as chips. Either what happens here is it just completely fails, it completely flops, the project ceases to exist, or it makes a bit of a comeback. So right now is when your reward is highest, when you're buying after the price is down like 99% from its all-time highs. Two things can happen. Either it comes back or it just straight out, flat out dies. So any money you put into something like this right now, you should already go in with the mindset that you're expecting to lose the money. It is a bit of a gamble. This is extremely high risk to buy something like XDB right now. We've seen like $25 million get taken from it out of its market cap within a month. So either it's going to just die or we see a huge rally. Up to you what you want to do here with XDB, but it does have a nice risk reward, right? So don't bet anything more than you can afford to lose, but definitely something to keep an eye on here because, like I said, it's heavily manipulated by whales. If the whales decide they want to pump it, they can simply inject their capital back into it, and guess what? It's going to fly. All right, so watch out for XDB. I don't think it's going to cease to exist. I think that it will come back. But again, super high risk, so you need to make that decision on your own. Now, taking a look at Ethereum as well on the daily price chart. ETH down here back into this. If we drop this to a 4-hour, we can have a better view. But this gray shaded box is an area of prime liquidity on the chart over here. This is the previous breakout high from July. As you can see, once price went ahead and broke above this level over here, it did retest and then it took off. So this is a key level here on the chart, and price is currently sticking to it at its hip, right? As you can see right here, price using this gray area of liquidity as current resistance. So it's very important to flip this back into support. We do want to see price go ahead, recapture this, and not close below it. We want to see this hold as support here on Ethereum. Now, ETH, if we don't close above this here, if we don't close above this, we are headed lower. Where are we headed? Well, we do have the 2017, 2018 all-time high from that previous bull market down here around the $1,400 price level. It's already shaded in green over here for us, so we can easily look at it. But if we take a look, this chart doesn't actually show us. We should go to the Binance chart. If we take a look over here, this level over here at around $1,300, $1,400 is going to be a major support level for Ethereum once again. And we do have some major macro trend lines coming into play at those price levels as well down here. All right, so if ETH cannot close above $1,625, $1,650, expect $1,400. Expect that previous all-time high from 2018 to get retested once again on Ethereum. And like I said, price action is going to contract a lot here. It's not going to be a very friendly market for trading. It's going to be like you're looking at paint on a wall dry. It's going to be very boring. All right, so now is not the time to really, go all in and take on crazy risk like I was saying. That time will come. We are approaching the end of the bear market here. The end of the bear market is when things get very quiet. Most people give up. Most people go do other things with their life. They forget about crypto altogether. We're going to enter into a long accumulation phase, and then we're going to have that next bull market. The long accumulation phase, as well as right now where we're approaching the end of the bear market, these are some of the better times to dollar cost average. Not quite just yet, because I do believe that we're going to have a major flush down lower, giving us way better price opportunities here. But until then, we're going to have some opportunities, right? Some great dollar cost average opportunities right after we do get that major macro crash lower. I can see we have Squiddy in the live chat saying that all crypto is dead, shorting till it dies with a big smiley face. Now, Squiddy, I do actually majorly disagree with you here. I do not think that crypto is dead. I think crypto is going to have a massive comeback. In the next 2 to 6 months, I would say we're going to see everything bottom out completely. And after that, we are going to have a massive comeback. And everybody that does stick around is going to put themselves in the opportunity. Like, let's be real for a second. Not everybody is going to get the results that they want from crypto, because if that were to happen, everybody would just be happy, smiling all the time. But the world does not work like that, right? It's a dog-eat-dog world. So there's going to be people that don't get the results that they do want. But if you do stick around here, you will put yourself in the optimal position to get those results. And you need to pull the trigger and make the right moves on the board. That is the only thing that will get you the results that you do want. Now, crypto is extremely easy because all you need to do is buy a particular coin and it's going to skyrocket in value, and you're going to make a ton of money. Most industries, you don't have that type of opportunity where you can just buy one asset and it completely changes your life. That is why crypto is so unique, because we do have that opportunity, and they will be presenting themselves. I'll be sharing with you some of my top altcoin picks towards the end of this live stream. So again, be sure to stick around until the end. But I do disagree with you. Crypto is not dead. It is not dying. It is simply towards the lower half of the bear market where we're about to bottom out, and most people lose interest altogether. So if you're plugged in, you're tapped in right now, you're going to reap massive rewards in the future. Now, with that being said, I do see that we have Trucker Steve with us. Trucker Steve is saying that, Trucker here, nice to see you here. I will say, being selfish, I guess, wish you were on more than once a week. Regardless, appreciate your thoughts. Trucker Steve, I'm glad that you said that, right? So the month of August, I've been extremely busy personally, but I do know that, once a week, like I think it's not good at all, right? Being on here once a week. So I'm going to greatly ramp up the content. I do appreciate you sticking around, everybody here right now. All right, just a short hiatus in the month of August, and we're going to come back even stronger here at Crypto Empire and close out the year of 2022 extremely strong, because we only have about 3 months left in the year, and we need to milk, wring it out for as much as we possibly can. So expect a major Q4 here at Crypto Empire. A lot more content, a lot more videos. Once a week clearly doesn't cut it, right? I have this weird feeling inside that I'm not doing enough, and I'm aware of that. So we're about to ramp it up, crank up the volume dial, and just knock it out of the park. But big shout out to Trucker Steve for always being here at the Crypto Empire live streams. And if he's not catching the live stream, he's catching the replay. So greatly appreciate your support, Trucker Steve. It's time to move on now to our Twitter wisdom. Then we're going to get into some altcoin trade ideas with this short squeeze that I am expecting here in the market. So today for our Twitter wisdom, we will be looking at Big Ched's tweet. Of course, Big Ched's one of the more well-known traders on Twitter. And he's saying that folks will literally spend hundreds of hours doing research on something and trying to outsmart the market rather than just looking at the price in relation to major support and resistance. What is he saying here? This tweet is saying something that I repeat on a regular basis here on my channel. It's that price action trumps all. Price action is all you need to know. You don't need to look at 1,000 different fancy indicators. You don't need to do hundreds of hours of research trying to find a narrative of why something will go up or why something will go down. All you need is the ability to read the price charts and form an opinion on what that data is actually telling you. How do you get to that ability? How does that happen? Well, you simply study and you practice, just like anything else in life. It's going to be hard in the beginning. It's going to be frustrating in the beginning because you don't fully understand it. But once you actually put in the time, put in the work on your own, you're going to learn how it works, and it's going to make technical analysis, trading, reading price action very simple and very easy for you the more you do actually do it. Look, trading isn't easy. It takes most people years to become profitable. Right? If you think you're just going to start looking at charts and start making money from trading, it does not work like that. But once you actually apply yourself and learn, you will be on that track. And all you need is the ability to read price action. You don't need to do any of that other nonsense out there. All right. So I strongly encourage you, Take this slow period in the market and use it to sharpen your skills, use it to upskill, use it to become a better version of yourself so that when the market flips bullish, you have more tools on your tool belt in your arsenal to, of course, dominate the market and take everything that you can from the bull market, because as we know, they do not last forever. So you need to capitalize on that window of opportunity. It is a narrow window of opportunity. It does not last forever. But again, I'm living proof. I'm a living testament, right? You can capitalize on that narrow window of opportunity and make, depending on what your goals are, depending on your starting capital, depending on what coins you buy, hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars, all right? I've done it. Many other people have done it. It is possible. So you need to stick around and you need to continue to sharpen your skills on a regular basis. There are absolutely no excuses not to be doing so. If you do agree with me, let me know by smashing up that like button for the live stream right now. I can see we only have 25 likes and well over 30 viewers. Go ahead and get that ratio up to par by smashing up that like button. All right, so big shout out to Big Cheds for laying it down and telling it how it is right now. And again, right, we can look at the narrative for the merge. Oh, price is going to pump higher because of that. No, all we do is we read price action, right? So we know, again, Ethereum, the $1,400 price level. We also have a demand zone there. Everything is lining up. So if we cannot close above our current resistance right here at $1,650, let's call it, we are headed down here to $1,400 in a jiffy, and if that doesn't hold, we will be headed to that 1K level again very quick. All right, so things can get very ugly very quickly here, but I do believe we're going to short squeeze, and I think we're going to pop above this resistance. Everything is lining up. There's a lot of room to get this squeeze up higher, and of course, our first area of interest will be this yellow line at $1,670 on Ethereum, and on Bitcoin, that is going to look like the $21,800 price level on BTC. All right, I would not be surprised to see a quick squeeze right there to start off the week. So if you're short right now, I would say to be a little bit careful because you might get short squeezed in a very short amount of time. Shout out to Alla saying happy Sunday. Happy Sunday indeed, Alla. Great to see you here on the live stream. Let's go ahead and move on. Before we get into our altcoin trades, I do want to give an update about Levana Protocol. So as many of you know, Levana Protocol is a project that I have covered since the very beginning in November of 2021 when they had their fair NFT mint. Here we are about a year later after Terra collapsed, right? This project was originally going to launch on the Terra network. Migrating to Juno now, and we only have about 6 days left to migrate your NFTs and wrap them over. So I'm going to have another live stream with the Levana Protocol team very soon. I just need to schedule it with them, but they did reach out to me. So I will be setting that up as well as some council members. But regardless, guys, you only have about 6 days left to get your NFTs over to Juno. All right, so time is indeed running out here. You don't have a lot of time left to do this. So don't let those eggs go to waste. These dragons look insane. Right, here's an example of, I do believe this is a Western type of dragon over here. There's going to be the Western, there's going to be the Eastern, as well as the Wyvern dragons. But guys, not a lot of time left to migrate your NFTs over, so go ahead and do that. Same thing with Derby Stars. You don't have a lot of time left to migrate your Derby Stars NFTs over to Polygon. All right, so go ahead and do that before the time is up. Derby Stars continuing to build, continuing to do great things, as we can see with their... Turn the volume off for you guys. But as you can see with these videos, guys, all the NFT projects that I was covering throughout the year and in 2021, they are solid. They are actual projects building something of tangible value. They are not like most of the NFTs that you see most people talk about, right? I was only covering the projects with real utility. Derby Stars, Levana, things like that. Department 77 as well, also migrating over to Polygon. All right, all of these projects will come back. And let me mention one thing now. I strongly believe that the best crypto picks, the best coins to buy are the ones that have something new and exciting and did not experience a full crypto bull market and then a full bear market. Why do I say that? Because when we have a bull market and prices pump to exorbitant levels, let's look at something like Quant, for example. Quant, one of the biggest gainers today. But if we look at something like Quant on a weekly price chart, this thing went from, it was at less than $10, right, in the bear market, and then it goes all the way up to $430, okay, Quant. Now, what happens up here? This is a weekly chart, guys, all right? This is a weekly chart for how many weeks after we peaked at the all-time high? For about 9 weeks, 2 months' time, we were trading from $250 to around $350 here. A ton of people, I'm just using Quant as an example. I do think it will come back, but it's a good example to illustrate my point here. During this 9-week period, you know what people do? They buy it expecting the price to go up higher. And then what happens? The price drops, it falls off of a cliff. Every single altcoin that, if you look at it, that was around during the 2018 to 2020 bear market and then experienced the 2021 bull market looks kind of similar to this. But what happens when prices pump? People buy out of fear of missing out. What does this do? It causes them to hold onto the bag or completely capitulate when the price goes and it tanks. All right, so for Quant, there are a ton of people that bought it up here and they're still holding throughout all of this, and they're waiting for the price to go back up higher. Right? These are what you call the bag holders. They are stuck holding a bag that is worth way less than what they paid for it. Why is this a bad thing? Well, because the second that price gets back up to these levels, what do? They look to exit. They look to sell. This causes a ton of selling pressure on the market. Now, with new coins, we don't have these bag holders. We don't have these people that are bitter and salty because they bought something at its all-time highs and had to hold it for over 1 year in order to even break even, right? We don't have to worry about that selling pressure on the market. So projects like Derby Stars, projects like Levana Protocol, they're all going to be launching their own token, and they're all going to have an NFT play to earn metaverse game attached to it. All right, this is going to be big. This is very enticing, and these are brand new, exciting coins. They have the highest probability to have very big pumps. All right, so I'm still holding on to all of the NFTs that I bought on Terra. I've migrated them over. I will be making a ton of content reviving my NFT coverage here on Crypto Empire because I do believe that all the projects that I was covering will come back and come back even stronger. Derby Stars, just one of them. Of course, we also have the Bulls, the Bull Club DAO. We'll be relaunching on Solana. So a lot of stuff that I covered all of last year is going to come back, and just be aware of the updates in regards to the individual projects, because if you don't migrate your NFTs over, you're going to lose them, all right? You already paid money for them, so you might as well keep them and hold on to them and then use them when their metaverse NFT play to earn games do actually launch and go live. All right, with that being said, let me go ahead and catch up with the live chat. Ozzy saying, can you please chart RSR and Fetch AI? And we have Becky Gale saying, appreciate all your education and knowledge. You rock. Big shout out to Becky Gale for that comment. Greatly appreciate your support. All right, we will get into charting altcoins right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at reserve rights, RSR, and then we'll take a look at FET. Now, RSR on the weekly, we can go ahead and clean this up a little bit. A lot of stuff going on. But again, this is what I'm talking about when I say that, prices are going to basically start to, or people are going to lose a ton of interest and it's going to seem like crypto is dead. This is a weekly chart. I think we're going to have a lot of weeks like RSR. All right, what is this? You see these super narrow candle bodies? This is very tough to trade. This is a crab market. This is very choppy. I think going forward, the rest of August, September, I think things are going to start picking up towards October. But I think for the next 4 to 6 weeks, we're going to have these types of weekly candles where we barely have any movement. We have long wicks up and down. These are doji candles. They represent indecision, right? And again, this choppy narrow market is much tougher to trade when you have a clear flowing move, either up or down. This is an example of a flowing move downwards. But anyway, RSR on the weekly chart right now, holding support at 0.006 cents. Lows are down here at 0.00475, right? It's very possible we're going to come down and test these lows. So if you're looking for the best price to dollar cost average, I would say that, you know, right now is a great price, but we will most likely come down back down here, all right? So do expect these lows to get tested. Expect these wicks to get filled below 0.005 on RSR. And we're holding the support level. As you can see, we don't have one single candle body close below 0.006. All right, so if we do get a candle body close below here, expect the wick to get filled. And again, right now with everything, if we do get a push up higher, we're probably going to go right back to resistance before getting rejected down. But this is a weekly chart, and this is a very bearish weekly candle here on RSR. Doesn't look great. I would expect this wick or this demand zone to get filled. So we'll leave that hole there and see if it does actually get filled. And also taking a look at FET. For these smaller coins, stuff like FET, stuff like RSR, I'm just going to be looking at the macro charts. Right, there's no sense in jumping into an hourly chart here. I would not recommend day trading, you know, these super small market cap coins like Reserve Rice and Fetch AI. If we look at the FET market cap, currently at rank 367 with a $62.5 million market cap. All right, not a lot of liquidity here for something like this. It's up 10% on the day, which is great, but I would not. I don't foresee anything substantial coming from this move here. So FET, if we look at the daily chart, this was a very positive week for it. We got up to 12 cents, and then we got slammed back down to 8. All right, so we're still in an overall consolidation range, but we did actually get above the consolidation range high, and that was at 9.5 cents. All right, this is a major support resistance flip here on FET. Now we're back testing it, and it's holding as resistance. So if FET can't close above this resistance, we're going to come back down to the bottom of the range, right? Just to illustrate it for everybody, I will make this range in gray. So it goes from 9.5 cents down to 6.5 cents down here. All right, so FET tried to break out of the consolidation, right back into it, just like Bitcoin. This is tracking Bitcoin. This is pretty much moving in tandem to BTC as it does stand right now. So FET, lows are down here at 6 cents. We could probably drop even lower than 6, but this is the consolidation range. So expect this, basically. This is what it's most likely going to look like. Sideways, long accumulation. Great time to DCA when we get towards the bottom of the range. All right, right now we're at the top, so don't FOMO into anything. But when we get to the bottom of the range is when you want to start going into it, all right? Pretty much common sense, right? You want to buy low and sell high. And even just looking at this range, this is the high end of the spectrum at 9.5. Below 7 is the low end of the spectrum. So just look to buy at the low end of the spectrum for an easy way to look at it. And again, I would not recommend day trading something like FET, something like RSR. Check out the market cap of RSR. It's holding way stronger than FET, 258 million, right? Looks like Peter Thiel is still holding his money in reserve rights, as well as a lot of other big names. But let's go ahead and catch up with the chat here. Scalper doesn't care. Price, daily volatility. I wish that skills like that. Yes, you're true about that. Scalpers don't care. They only want volatility. That's all traders in general. Same thing with me, but I look at on a more higher time frame, right? I'm a swing trader, so I look at the 4-hour and the daily, where a scalper is going to be looking at the 1 minute and the 5-minute chart, right? That's not my style. It's not how I do things. Anyway, Steve Sabat, Trucker Steve, saying that he loves your response. We'll look forward to seeing more awesome content. Big shout out to Trucker Steve. Thank you very much, sir. Keep on moving things along and keeping the logistics of the country alive with your work. Big shout out to Trucker Steve. Tori Chanel saying, does Chili's pump at the start of the NFL, NBA seasons, etc.? So I personally haven't noticed a seasonality trend with Chili's when the sports seasons do start up. Jasper saying hi there. What's going on, Jasper? It's good to see you, my friend. So with Chili's, I haven't noticed a seasonality pump when, say, the NBA or the NFL seasons start. Right? I don't think we have enough data to go off of that just yet. But Chili's did have a very strong run-up. It was one of the best performing altcoins during that previous bear market rally. Right? We saw it go from 8 cents to 22 cents. Right? Almost a 3x there in price in a relatively short amount of time. Right? In about 2 months, we saw it almost 3x. Not quite a bull market, but it's not bad for a bear market. All right? And it did break above a major downtrend line. If we look at this trend line, it does go all the way back to February. All right, and if I extend it left, it will go back even further. But anyway, Chili's, I'm not aware of any seasonality pumps when the seasons do actually start up. We got McNaz96 saying, if you had $30,000 to spend, would it be a good idea to buy Bitcoin around the bottom and around the halving before it reaches a new all-time high to sell and buy good quality altcoins? Very good question, McNaz96. Now, if I had 30K, yes, I do think that's a very good strategy. I do think that, I mean, if you can time the bottom, nobody can time the market, that's the thing, but we do have certain tools in our tool belt arsenal to say with a high degree of probability that the bottom is actually forming or formed. And I do think that the bottom has not officially formed yet. Over the next 2 to 6 months, we're going to see that macro bottom form. But yes, if I had 30K, that's exactly, I mean, very similar to what you said. I would look to buy at least one full coin towards the bottom for BTC. And then we do have the 4-year Bitcoin halving cycle. The next halving will take place in 2024. And usually that coincides with the start of another bull market. So I think that's a very viable strategy. And then after that, we want to look at coins in their Bitcoin value. For example, if we look at Chili's versus Bitcoin here, we can see that Chili's has outperformed Bitcoin very strongly over the past 3 months. Right? Chili's outperformed Bitcoin well over a 2x, right? Like I said, almost a 3x. Right? So that means if you put 1 Bitcoin into Chili's down here in early May, you would have had about 2.5 Bitcoins now if you sold all your Chili's back for BTC. So that is how you want to go about trading your altcoins. If you are denominated in Bitcoin, you want to be looking at the Satoshi value of everything. All right, the dollar amount, if you're using Bitcoin, is completely irrelevant. All that matters is the Bitcoin trading pair. So yes, McNaz, I do agree with what you said there. I do think that's a very solid strategy. Look to buy Bitcoin at the bottom. Look to buy it around the time of the halving in 2024, because that usually is the signal for that next bull market to start ramping up. And then you want to go into the quality altcoins that will outperform Bitcoin. And then you want to sell back into BTC. And then from there, you can sell into dollars and do whatever you want to do with your life. All right, that is how I go about things, at least. I know a lot of people like to follow that strategy as well. It is a proven, time-tested strategy to multiply your Bitcoin by trading altcoins. But if you get it wrong, you're going to lose all your Bitcoin. So understand the risks involved. Don't buy super low quality, super high risk altcoins. Chili's obviously a very solid project, covered it many times here on the channel, caught a 30x on it the last bull market in early 2021. Also things like VeChain. I mean, VeChain is a coin where it's not going to go anywhere. And I'm just going to use this for illustrative purposes here. This is what I mean by a coin outperforming Bitcoin. All right. Something like VeChain, as you can see, in 2020, December of 2020, you could have bought this thing for 63 Satoshis. A few months later, it is trading for 450. That is about an 8x in terms of its Bitcoin value. All right, so that means you put 1 Bitcoin into VeChain in December, and then over here in April, you can sell it for 8 Bitcoins. That's how you multiply your money. McNaz, thank you for asking that question so that I can illustrate this point. It is a proven strategy to create a ton of wealth in the bull market. But of course, We need to be patient and wait for that opportunity to present itself. And like I said earlier, we only have a very narrow window of opportunity to exploit these opportunities. So if you're not paying attention, if you're off doing other things and not tracking the crypto prices, you're going to blow your chance at capturing these crazy opportunities to multiply your money. So you need to stick around. You need to stay tapped in. You need to be watching the prices. You need to be reading your algos if you use algos to time when the bottom is. All these things, it's a long game, right? Just like anything worth it in life, you need to put in the work for months and months and months, if not years, in order to reap the rewards after. Crypto is not get rich quick. This is not a get rich quick market. This is a market where if you stick around and you just keep on going, even if you lose big, you will get the rewards that you do want. Huge examples here, and there's going to be a lot more opportunities to come for everybody who sticks around. Let's see. Alex Lopez asking, how do you plan on playing the new potential ETH fork? Thanks, Connor. Alex, good to see you here in the stream. So with the new fork on ETH, again, I'm expecting a sell the news event. I do think we're going to start topping out. You know, I doubt ETH makes it back past 1775. Right, if you guys recall from last week, I drew this red supply zone and this green demand zone. And I basically said, look out for a dip into this. And basically we came into this, we bounced, and then we just tanked right through that level. But 1775 over here, this line, I'm not sure why the price wasn't showing up. Let's put that back where it was. But 1775 over here, I think is probably going to be the high if we do get a retest on it. Okay, so how do I plan on playing this? Again, I'm expecting a short squeeze to start the week. Most likely we don't make it past 1725. But if we do, we can get up to 1775, and we probably start to head lower from there. Doubtful that ETH makes it back up to 1900 or 2K. So how do I plan on playing this? I'm going to be looking for shorts, right, in mid-September. We still have over 25 days until that scheduled date, but I think it's going to be a major sell the news event. I'm expecting September to be a very bloody month for crypto. So yeah, I'll be looking to short the market around that time. And big shout out to Jasper as well. Sorry I missed your question, Jasper, but Jasper is saying, hi, Connor. I bought that one book from the stock market you recommended. It's arriving in a few weeks. It's the one from Jesse Livermore. All right, so you bought Reminiscences of a Stock Operator. Great. All right, you invested in yourself. You invested in your education. And I strongly believe that that book will permanently change your beliefs on how you look at the market. And I do believe it will inspire you as well to become a better trader. So Jasper, congratulations on investing in yourself. I mean, it's a small investment. What is it, like $20 for the book? For knowledge that will, pretty much, give you lessons for life. It's a small price to pay. So anybody who hasn't read that book yet, Reminiscences of a Stock Operator, I recommend that you do read it. It is worth your time, energy, and money to buy it and then read it. Right? It does pay back tenfold. Let's see, we got Sniff saying, the Rothschilds can time the market with their combined wealth of 500 trillion US dollars. Yeah, I mean, they can pull some strings and make some things happen with that amount of capital for sure, Sniff. I don't disagree with you there. Mediator Cake saying, do you think Bitcoin can hit 40K by mid-2023? By mid-2023, yes. I mean, I do think that it's possible to see $40,000 Bitcoin. 2022, not expecting anything like that to happen at all. But 2023, yes, I do think that there is the potential to see, $30,000 to $40,000 Bitcoin again. All-time high is $70,000, $69,000. So that would only be a little over halfway back to that all-time high. And I think that's possible. Will we attack the all-time high from there? Well, too soon to say. But I think in 2023, we could definitely get back up to the 40K levels on Bitcoin. Let's see, McNaz saying, I wasn't too worried about getting an exact bottom, but I figured if you get Bitcoin between $15,000 to $20,000 and sell it at 60 to 65, it would be a 3 to 4x, and then buy like Matic, Cardano, and Polkadot. Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to be able to time that exact bottom, but if you can get it close, like you said, 15 to 20, and then sell it at a much higher premium, that's a great day. If you think about things, like we got super spoiled during the last crypto bull market. The Fed was just printing money. Everybody had money to invest either by, money was just everywhere. People were getting handouts from the government, etc., etc. Everybody had money to invest. All of our portfolios were extremely green, and we got euphoric, right? We took it for granted. Because let's be real. I mean, you can live a decent life on, say, an annual salary of 100 grand, but you can live okay on, say, 50. But that was just everywhere during this last bull market, and now it all pretty much got taken away, right? The money was pulled, the liquidity was pulled. But if you can turn $15,000 to $60,000, $65,000, that is a great day any day of the week, right? So, even if you just make that trade of buying Bitcoin at 15 and selling it at 60, you don't even, of course, you can go ahead and take on more risk and buy your lower cap altcoins or your solid altcoins and look to make more. But even just flipping 15 to 60K, that's a very good day. That's most people's annual salary. And you do that with a few Bitcoins, you're looking at a good return there. So tons of potential to make a lot of money in the coming years, months to years here in crypto. But McNaz, I agree with what you're saying. I think that's a very good strategy. And, if you just think about it in actual real life simple terms, in terms of, your life, just flipping 15 to 60, that's a good day. That is a very good day. We were doing that pretty much on a regular basis during the last bull market. And everything kind of comes to a halt in the bear, but it will come back. So I do want to look at some more altcoins now. Let's get into EOS. All right, so EOS does have the narrative of a hard fork, and this is expected to happen in September. All right, so EOS still making moves. Of course, EOS, they did have their pre-sale ICO in 2017. And what do they do with that money? They bought Bitcoin with it. EOS is one of the biggest holders of Bitcoin with any crypto project. All right, and now they are continuing to develop their blockchain. EOS was one of the main smart contract platforms in 2017, 2018 during that bull market. Now, obviously, it's a different story, tons of competition on the market. But if we look at something like EOS, I mean, on this daily chart, we had this crazy long wick up. And of course, where did it go to? It went to the most obvious resistance on the chart, right? Almost exactly to the T at 187. And I'm looking over here on the left. All right, so if we do get another run up on EOS here with this narrative of this hard fork of all this development, doubtful it can get above $2. All right, so most likely you're going to want to look to short over here from the $1.80 to $2 price level. And of course, we always want added confluence, so we can pull a fib, and we can see that our fib, our 50%, is going to come into play at $2 exactly. All right, so $2 most likely will be the highest that EOS does go here before the next major macro move down lower. So we want to look, we could look for a ride up higher to that level. If you were to look for an entry now, I mean, you would be chasing it, but you can put your stop beneath this level here at around 136. Not the best. I would personally just wait and look for the short. I wouldn't look to long. I would just look to short. But up to that level, we have a 31% gain. So that's possible, 2.84. We usually look for 3-to-1 risk-reward trades. But EOS, $2 will probably be the top here, so look out for that happening. Let's see, Allison, isn't EOS, I'm not sure. Regardless, going back to Big Chad's tweet, I just look at the price action. I don't know who's behind it all. But good question anyway, Ala. Let's see, we got Ping in 200 saying that 3K inbound. I'm assuming you're talking about Bitcoin. I doubt Bitcoin goes down to $3,000 because the thing is, all this market is supply and demand. So Bitcoin already had enough demand to pump it back up to 25K when it was at 17. Look, we go beneath 17. The bears are too euphoric right now, right? 3K is bearish euphoria. By the way, I assume you're talking about Bitcoin. If you're talking about Ethereum going back up to 3K, that's a different story. But I think there's a 0 probability chance of Bitcoin ever going down to 3K again. 10 to 15K is probably going to be the bottom on Bitcoin for this current bear market. Let's see, Allah is saying that he's more bullish on NFTs than crypto now. Is this realistic? For sure it is. For sure. I mean, NFTs have become mainstream after what we saw. NFTs are now an industry that people will put their stake in the ground in, and they're going to be in this industry for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. NFTs are now an established industry in the world. And if you think about business in general, if you think about commerce, all it is a ton of different industries and individuals out there, or groups of people staking their claim and getting in the way of the money flow and capturing the money of the commerce. NFTs have now established themselves as a mainstream industry. They are not going anywhere. Celebrities are in NFTs. Celebrities promote NFTs. Millions of people all around the world are throwing money at it, or were throwing their money at it. So, I mean, it's a justifiable claim to say that you're more bullish on NFTs rather than crypto, because they are both now established industries. They are extremely tied to one another, because with any NFT, it's on the blockchain, and you will need a cryptocurrency to use for at least your gas fee to even send it around. But yes, NFTs are an established industry now. They are not going anywhere, and more people will be looking to get into this industry and make a living from it. All right. And what does that mean? It means there's going to be speculation. It means that we will see greed and fear play out just like any other market, which means we're going to have those boom and bust cycles, which leads to extreme wealth creation if you can play it the correct way, time it correctly, trade it correctly, get in at the right time, get out of the right time, and take your money, take your chips off the table and realize those profits. So, Ala, good question. Definitely realistic. Glad you asked that. We have Madiera Cake saying, Connor, would it be safe to invest in Filecoin and Near Protocol at 14K Bitcoin, I'm assuming you're asking? I do think it will be safe to invest in those two projects that you mentioned. These are two established cryptos. I don't think they're going anywhere. And if we see Bitcoin at $14,000 as the bottom, you have to assume that something like Filecoin will be making lower lows as well, blowing past these lows down here beneath $5. What we can do is we can pull something like this and see where our 0.27 lines up. And we're looking at around $3.50 on Filecoin, so definitely possible. And obviously there's a degree of risk with anything that you buy in the market. So, I mean, just because I say it's safe doesn't mean it's going to work out. It's not financial advice, just my opinion. But yeah, I think Filecoin and Near, they're two coins that are established, and I mean, I know the Winklevoss twins love Filecoin, right? So they're going to pump it again like they did in the last bull market. But same thing with Near, right? If we look at Near, trading in this massive upwards channel, we went ahead and we broke that in May, as you can see here. Near isn't a coin that I look at often. But anyway, something like Near, you have to assume Bitcoin goes to 14K. This thing's coming down as well. So what do? We look to the left. And where's our major pivot? Our major pivot is at 165. Okay, this is super low for price. Down here at 165 on Near. This zone had already held, but we also have this level at around 225 to 250. All right, so these are your buy levels for Near. Your DCA buy level is lower. Another good project. I'll go ahead and share with you one coin that I am going to go in heavy towards the bottom. And that one coin is, a lot of people have heard about it before. A lot of people are aware of it, but HBAR, I think HBAR is going to be a killer. I think it's going to be trading for multiple dollars in the next bull market. Of course, HBAR, it is a more of a distributed ledger, but it has the master nodes, and who's behind, who runs those nodes? The biggest corporations in the world, right? So we want to follow the money here. We wanted to follow the obvious kind of narrative, and we don't want the blog. Let's look at the regular website. Right, it has all the narratives, faster than Bitcoin and Ethereum, carbon negative, predictable gas fees. Who's behind it? Biggest corporations in the world. You got Google, LG, IBM, T-Mobile, etc., Ubisoft, Swirl, Standard Bank. Literally the biggest corporations in the world are behind this one. I think this is going to trade for multiple dollars next bull run personally. So this is one where I'm going to be looking to go in super heavy. Right, this is going to be one of the main picks. As you can see from an outlined trade idea from a few weeks ago on HBAR, went ahead and it did give us a good return here. But obviously with the recent crash, price is all the way back down. Now if you look at HBAR, if you look at this squeeze, right, we did squeeze over here, but it was a super underwhelming breakout. Right, it never really got going because the whole entire market went ahead and tanked lower. But again, we want to look to the left, and something like HBAR has already performed super well. But I do think it could come down much lower. Mainly down here at 4 cents to 3 cents. These are your prime levels to buy. On HBAR, 3 to 4 cents, we see that. Good chance this thing goes to multiple dollars per token, per coin. So yeah, near Filecoin, all good. But personally, I like HBAR a lot. I'm going to make a full video about it this week to explain my reasoning. I've already covered HBAR in full videos here on the channel before, and I will do it again in the future. Let's see what else is going on here in the live chat. McNaz96 asking, what do you think of Cornucopias as a long-term microcap metaverse play for the ADA blockchain? So I haven't actually heard of Copa. Let's see. Copi is a ticker. Cornucopias. What do I think about this? I can't speak on it because I've never heard of it before. But if it's on Cardano, it does have the potential to be good if it can actually deliver on what it says it's doing. So we can read here, a massive play to earn, build to earn, and learn to earn blockchain-based game where players can be rewarded with and or own land, properties, and other NFT-based assets with real-world value, all by playing in a fun and safe metaverse. Yeah, I mean, sounds reasonable. We obviously saw like hundreds, if not thousands, of these projects pop up during the last metaverse bubble around 1 year ago now in 2021. But yeah, who knows what this thing can do. Cornucopias. Got to look into it further. Good question though. Alla saying great breakdown. You're welcome. Thank you, Alla. We got Richard saying looking forward to what watch this later. Shout out from Fiji. Keep dominating, Connor. Big shout out to Richard. Thank you for your support, my friend. Good to see you here. We got Randy saying hola from Mexico. What a downer market. Yeah, market right now is definitely a bit of a downer. But I mean, that's what happens, right? There is no light without dark. There's no joy without pain. And yeah. Even when it rains, you got to keep on going, right? So we are squeezing again. We are expecting a short squeeze here on ETH. ETH looks like it's ready to squeeze shorts hard on this hourly chart with this little pennant we got going on here. Look for this squeeze minimum to the 1670 level on ETH. Let's squeeze some shorts here. Look for a 3%, 3.5% move at the very least from the squeeze. Alice saying, one more question. Will Ethereum killers shine with ETH 2.0? Proof of stake Ethereum in terms of tech isn't unique other than highest liquidity and most decentralized. Good question, Alla. So Ethereum killers. What are the Ethereum killers? Obviously, Polkadot and all the layer ones on Polkadot, Cardano, Solana, AVAX. Polygon is a layer 2. I think Polygon's going to shine super bright regardless of what Ethereum does. But will these Ethereum killers do well when ETH goes ahead and switches to proof of stake? Probably. I do expect the merge to even get delayed, right? It always never happens on time. And yeah, it's not that exciting. It doesn't add a lot of good features really to Ethereum. It doesn't really make it that much better. So it is a great opportunity for these other layer 1 blockchains that are not related to Ethereum as layer 2s to perform very well and capture even more market share. The main ones are obviously things like Cardano, Solana, and Avalanche, and Polkadot with things like Moonbeam, Akala, and Astar Network, other layer 1s like that. But yeah, I think those projects are going to shine very bright regardless of what ETH does. They have a good narrative going for it, and I think the number one is going to be Glimmer. Glimmer, right, we called this very well when price was over $1. We said it was going to come exactly to where it is now. But again, I do still think that it can go ahead and drop down lower. What do we have here? We have another consolidation. If I get rid of all of my drawings and put some fresh drawings on, this consolidation here on Glimmer, all right, there they are again. But anyway, this consolidation goes from about 88 cents down to 56 cents. All right, 30 cent spread here. But my measure move price target for this is around 35 cents down here. All right, and I think it's going to do very well if you can manage to scoop it up at these lower price levels. So look out for that. Let's see what else is going on. We got Medierta saying, thank you, Connor. Highly appreciated. No problem. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. McNaz96 saying, gotta love the high quality analysis. I'm glad that you are enjoying the live stream. If you haven't already, be sure to smash up that like button. But big shout out to you, McNaz96. Appreciate your support. We got Raj Winder saying, what was the book that Jasper was talking about? He was talking about Reminiscences of a Stock Operator. This book right here, one of the best trading books of all time to read. If we look at the Amazon page for this, this is what it is. This is what it looks like. I recommend you read this book if you haven't already. It's the bear market. You have plenty of time to read a book, so no excuses. I think that everybody should be reading, man, woman, or child. You should be upgrading the knowledge inside of your head. Absolutely no excuses not to be. Great book here on trading. I've read it several times, and I think it will add a lot to your trading arsenal. This was the book I was talking about regardless. Tori Chanel saying, what package do I buy to just get all your picks? I'm not interested in learning how to read charts. So if you just want to get my trading picks and analysis, you would just join the Discord. All right. If you're not interested in learning how to basically all my trading knowledge, you don't want the course, you just want the Discord group. All right. So this is what you would want here. Hit join Discord on the top of my website, and that is where you have access to all of my picks. And I mean, people always ask me, Connor, how many picks do you give in your Discord, right? Like, how many trades do you call? Listen, I'm a swing trader. So right now, I haven't traded since last week, all right? I haven't traded any of this because if you guys do recall from last Sunday, I was expecting one last push up higher. And when the market flipped bearish, I didn't just FOMO into shorts because my bias was already long. So basically right now, I'm looking for one push up. I'm going to look to take some longs into the short squeeze, and then I'm going to flip bearish on everything and start shorting heavily again. So that's what we do have to look forward to for all of my Discord group members. I know you guys are plenty right now watching this stream, but that's the plan right now, right? We're going to start shorting everything heavily. But like I was saying in the beginning of the stream, we do have to be prepared for weekly candles, daily candles to look like this. Right? It's going to start getting very narrow and constricted, especially in the month of September. This is typically what bear markets are, slow grinding price action. So we're going to have to lower our time preference and start reading the 15-minute hourly charts for our trades. But anyway, we crushed it with our swing trades over the past relief rally. But that is what we do have to look forward to going forward here in terms of our trades. We have Riley Hall saying, hey Connor, what do you have to say about PYR Vulcan Forge? I think it's a great project. I think it's not going anywhere. I think it's one of the small percentages of crypto projects that are actually building something of value again. Like I was talking about with things like Levana, right? Actually building something of value. That's the stuff we want. PYR Vulcan Forge doing just that, building a massive play to earn blockchain metaverse. And they are a gaming studio, so they will be making many, many games. All right, so I like PYR Vulcan Forge a lot. I think it will do very well. And down here below $4, again, we're expecting lower lows here. So very possible for PYR to come back down here below $2 again, below $3. So no rush with anything. This thing has less than $100 million market cap, right? So it can have very volatile price swings. So it's definitely something where you don't want to invest your entire portfolio into it, but I do think it can give you a very good return in the future. Let's see, Matty Ear to Cake saying, how low could Arweave go, Connor? Really appreciate it. Let's go take a look at it. And Ozzy saying, what do you think about Theta? I'll get into that. Rico, hello, good evening. Question, what platform do you trade these coins? So, Rico, great question. You can go ahead and use Bitget to trade everything. All right, all of these coins you can do spot or leverage, and you do get decreased trading fees if you do use my affiliate link. I am partnered up with Bitget. That is the official exchange that Crypto Empire is partnered up with. So go ahead, you can use Bitget. I mean, any exchange works. This is just what I'm using right now for most of my trading. And Mark Saunders saying hi from Tucson, Arizona. What's going on, Mark? Good to see you here in the live stream all the way from Tucson. Probably very sunny and hot over there during this August Sunday. So thanks for taking some time out of your Sunday to be here with us at Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. Now, how low can Arweave go? Well, we obviously have an obvious support level down here at 870. And I think like this is one of the newer coins, right? It got popular at the peak of the last market. I want to see the full data on this thing, so let's look at CoinGecko. All right, so yeah, $8. $8 is next from 12. I wish we had more data on this chart to go off. Looks like it wasn't listed on a lot of big exchanges until it got pretty popular, huh? Let's look at OKX. No, it was... See, this thing was around since 2019, but it was on no big exchanges until 2021. So we don't have the price action data to look back far enough in time to get our levels. It was probably just trading in Bitcoin pairs. Here we go. Huobi had it. Pretty decent look here. All right, so how low can it go? Again, $8 is next, 8 to 9. Below that, down here at 5 to 6, $6. That's a 50% drop from current price to 6. All right. Another 50% highly possible. Already down 85%. Look, this thing can go 99% from its all-time high. Don't be surprised if it does that. Right, 99% from its all-time high would take it to, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see it come back below 6. Don't want to get too bearish euphoric, but I would say anywhere from $4 to $6 is an estimated, a good estimate on how low this thing could go. Right now it's holding onto our 88.6 at $12, right? That's our final support. But if we take a measured move over 0.27 fib as well, it's going to give us a good level to go off. That's way too much. So if we take this move, our 0.27 is going to be around $5-6 again. All right, so that's why I say $6. We have some added confluence here. Look for $6 on Arweave. Going to be a very good price to DCA, and it's possible it goes way lower, but you don't know if that's going to happen, so you got to take what you can get. Very simple. Let's see, we got Alice saying, you see Leon's head kick. Yeah, RIP Usman. I mean, listen, dude was the champ, but he got put to sleep, right? That was epic fight there. I was hyped up, right? That was an epic fight. I mean, the whole entire way. Leon did a great job controlling and took him to the ground multiple times. Very good fight. Greatly enjoyed watching that one. Let's see, Ozzy asking, what do you think about Theta? I think Theta is going to be big. It's kind of similar to H-bar, where if you look who was in on it, you got some very big corporations. Some very, very big corporations. And Theta is, it's kind of, call it metaverse, but it's like a media blockchain, right? We have it right here. Right, they are building the infrastructure of the next streaming world. All right, Theta going to be huge, and it's already backed by big corporations like Google in on it as well. So I'm very bullish on Theta. Theta was a top 10 coin the last bull market for months. Now it's at rank number 49, but this thing was holding strong in the top 10. It will most likely get back up to top 20. Theta, very good coin. I like it a lot. Ian M saying, with so many projects and coins to accumulate during the next few months, do you think it's better to spread your capital amongst a few strong plays or spread it out on many plays hoping for a home run? Ian, good question. I think that I would say the 10 coin rule is max, right? Max you should go is 10 different coins. Right, even if you have $1 million, I don't think going more than 10. If you can, clearly, right. The more capital you have, the more spread out that you can be. But for most people, people are going to have what, 5K, 10K, 50, 100 grand to put into the market. I think the 10 coin rule is the best one to follow here, so that you're not over positioned. If you're not overly spread out, you're spread too thin, right? So I'd recommend 10 max that you feel very confident in. And that's the absolute most. But good question anyway, Ian. Ozzy saying, opinion about Mt. Gox. I think a massive dump on crypto incoming. Yeah, they're going to be, releasing those coins on the market, which does line up for the bearish September that, before we end the stream, Bitcoin, let's see if my website pops up. What's the name of that site? CoinGlass. Here we go. So if we look at this CoinGlass chart, and we go to Bitcoin returns percentage, and we go to a monthly. So if we look at this, September is usually a brutal month for the market. All right, so I'm expecting a brutal month again in September. If Mt. Gox dumps, that's going to add to the confluence only, all right? So, yeah, September's going to be bad, I'm telling you right now. Probably going to be pretty brutal, so expect that. Just expect it going into it. But good question anyway, Ozzy. Let's see, Gwen Bug saying, I love that I found a swing trading mentor in you. I work full time, so the swing trade calls give me the time to chart the trades and make sure I understand why I'm getting into a trade. Gwen, I'm glad that you say that, right? Thank you so much for your support. A lot of people don't understand the strategy, and they want to always be trading. They feel like they need to constantly be doing something. But the thing is, you need to be patient and wait for the correct conditions in the market to take your swing trades. Because like I said in the Discord, right, I got people asking me, Connor, when are we going to short? When are we going to short? When are we going to short? Like, we just were long. We were expecting the market to have one last push up. It didn't give it to us. We removed most of our risk in our trades by taking profits and moving our stops up. So we already crushed that move. We'll flip short when we have the price action confirmation to do so, right? And like I was saying, if we get a short squeeze here and we're short, we're going to get blown out. We don't want that to happen. So Gwen, I'm glad that you understand how I go about doing things, right? I know I have a ton of brand new traders in my Discord, and I know I have a ton of traders who are not reliant on me at all, who are only in my group because I offer a different perspective and insight on what is going on, right? These traders are already successful on their own, but they stick around in my group because they like the insight and perspective that I bring to the market. And obviously there are some people that just are relying on my calls. So I have a big responsibility. So I'm glad that you understand my thought process on how I do go about things. And we're only here to improve and get better as well. So thank you for your support, my friend. Let's see, Ozzy saying they release it before the end of the month. Listen, the market is very forward thinking, and the market likes to price in things ahead of time. So most likely the market knows that the Mt. Gox release is going to happen at the end of the month. It's most likely already priced in. The market is very smart. The market is forward thinking. The market prices in things well before they actually do take place, especially when we already have the date, right? The Ethereum merge most likely already priced in. That's why I'm expecting a sell the news event there. Anyway, good question about Mt. Gox, but understand that the market is smart. The market is forward thinking. It probably already priced it in. I can say with about a 99 degree of certainty it's already priced in. Let's see, Ethereum saying, I'm stuck in Ethereum long from $1,800 with liquidation under 500. What should I do? Please help. All right, so very good question. I'm glad that you asked that here on my stream, because this is a common conundrum that traders find themselves in. They're in a bad trade and they don't know what to do. If you're in a trade that you don't want to be in and you're already down, you're losing money, it sucks, but the best thing to do is close the trade. Just get out of it. Could it come back and could you break even or make a slight profit? It's possible, but the chances are slim that happens. In order for you to sleep well at night so that you don't have this hanging, lingering fear over your head that you're going to lose more money, the best thing to do is just close out the trade, right? You're in a trade that you don't want to be in. Read the book. Another book for everybody wanting to know good books on trading to read, Market Wizards. All right, this is a series of books from the best traders out there. Interviews with top traders. I remember one of the main takeaways that I have from reading this book is the best trades are the ones where the second you enter it, the moment you enter it, it starts to go in your intended direction. If you're in a trade that you don't want to be in and you're already negative, right, you should have a stop loss set. I don't know what your stop is on the trade if you're long from 1800, but if you don't have a stop loss and you're in a trade that's down and you don't want to be in it and you're scared of what's going to happen, the best thing to do is just get out of it, preserve your capital, and get ready for the next trade. Because like it was stated in Market Wizards, the best trades are going to be the ones where it does exactly what you think it's going to do as soon as you enter into it. If you got long on something and it went south on you, your thesis was invalidated clearly, so just cut the loss. All right, good question though anyway. We got Rigoberto Chavez with us. Rigoberto, shout out to you. Good to see you here in the live stream. Be sure to smash up that like button if you're just tuning in right now. Riley Hall saying, one last question. I got into Matic at 76 cents. Do you think I am early? And when do you expect me to sell? I'm still a learner though. All right, so you got in Matic at 76. Right now, Matic is 81. Are you early? Well, depends what you mean by early. I think that Matic will go higher, but not quite yet, right? Are you early in terms of the end of the bear market? Yes, you're early in terms of that. Right, it looks like you just probably bought it maybe yesterday. What do you have, like a 5% gain on it? I mean, it depends what your strategy is here. I can't speak for you. I can't speak for your goals, what you're trying to do with your investment or your trade here on Matic. If your intention is to hold Matic for when it goes back up to multiple dollars and then sell there so that you multiply your money, you're early. Yes, I do believe you're early. I think Matic will be coming back down to these levels below 60 cents. So you will be, if you hold it for that, you will be underwater. Now, long-term speaking, right, we're probably gonna drop down. Then we're gonna go sideways for probably months before we start another bull market and start going back up higher. So if you want to play it best, not financial advice, but I wouldn't look to hold it for too long. As you can see, we're at a major trendline resistance line over here, back below it. Looks like we're about to back test it. We could squeeze back up, but I think that this run is exhausted. I think the buyers are exhausted. I think we're going to start heading lower again soon. I do think we will short squeeze in the very short interim to start the week before we start heading lower again. But yes, you're early in terms of the start of the next bull market. So probably going to be underwater on that position. So up to you if you just want to cut it, go back into cash, look to buy it back lower, or just hold what you have and then dollar cost average if it does go lower to lower your average buy-in. Completely up to you how you want to go about playing it. There's 1,000 ways to skin the cat. But to answer your question, simply yes, you are early. And we have Aisha Ali saying hello. What is going on, Aisha? Hope you're having a great day so far. Anyway, guys, we have been going strong for over an hour and 20 minutes now. This was an awesome stream. We covered a lot. And again, we're still in the bear market. We're about to enter that period of crypto where a lot of people are just going to lose interest altogether. People are going to be saying that crypto is dead. Crypto is never going to come back. But if you can stick around through it and make it through it, you're going to reap the rewards on the other side. So stick around. It will be worth it. With that being said, it is time for me to go ahead and start wrapping up the live stream. A few shameless plugs. Join my free Telegram group at the very least. If you want to learn how to trade from everything that I know, go ahead and get the premium elite trading course. If you just want my analysis and my trading calls, join my Discord. And if you want an exchange to trade on, go ahead and sign up with Bitget using my affiliate link down in the description below. I do greatly appreciate everybody's support here on the channel. We have Alice saying, thanks for the stream, Connor. Choppy market got me back in the gym. Hope you have a great week. Appreciate that, Alice. Thank you. Rigoberto saying to load up for the next 2 years and be patient. Exactly correct there, Rigoberto. And Riley Hall saying, thank you. No problem, Riley. Thank you for your support. You are very welcome. So it is time to go ahead and wrap up this week's live stream. We will be getting back to a lot more regular content here on YouTube. The past 2 weeks have been very slow with just live streams, but that is not forever. That is only temporary. We are going to ramp this back up, and everybody will again remember why Crypto Empire dominates the market on a consistent basis, why we are one of the top, if not the best crypto channel on YouTube. So I do greatly appreciate everybody's support here. If you haven't already, smash up that like button. If you're just tuning into Crypto Empire for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button down below, and of course, turn on all the notifications so that you don't miss any future videos. Regardless, my name is Connor from Crypto Empire, and I will see all of you in the next video. Have an amazing rest of your weekend. If it's already Monday where you're at in the world, have a very productive week. Go ahead, crush it, get after it. Don't slack on anything that you want to get accomplished, and I'll see you all very soon right here on Crypto Empire. Have an amazing